Alright everybody, I'm back with another video. This is going to be a little different. I'm going to go over how I make or 3D print a helmet. I'll go from start to finish, from printing, painting, put the decals on, printing decals. So we're going to start off, this video is going to cover basically just getting the helmet printed. So first thing I got to do is open up Cheetah Box. Then I'm going to open up the helmet I want, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a speed flex. So here's my speed flex folder. See, I got a lot of different choices I can do in here. But I'm gonna go here with regular speed flex shell. I'm gonna resize it to the Pocket Pro size. Then I'm gonna put supports on it. And I always go with medium supports and a platform. Now here with the supports, you wanna put supports anywhere it's red, because that's where the supports need to be. Because the way these printers print from the bottom, basically the printer is going to print, this is the bed of the printer, and this is going to print this way. This helmet's going to be upside down on the printer, so you need to put supports in certain areas so it doesn't fail. So here, supports in here, and right in here, a couple. These are all medium. I don't use heavy supports because these a lot of little dimples in there when you pull them off. It requires a lot of post-processing, sanding, and whatever, and I'll just make it easier. Just use medium. As long as you got enough supports, it'll come out right. That should be enough there. And I'm gonna switch the light. Come grab a couple here. This is the most important thing about 3D printing is putting your supports. You can get a good model, get a good print. So we're done with that. I'm gonna go back and that. And what I want to do is I want to copy this. I'm gonna fill this whole plate with helmets. Now the printer I'm using is a Saturn, Elegoo Saturn S, which is not the most advanced printer they have out, or the biggest, but you can get 8 of these Pocket Pros on there. Should be able to. I try to usually get them to where they don't rest don't touch, but for some reason, I mean that rest a lot bigger than normal. And see how it's red here? That means it's over the off the build plate. Over. And these wraps can touch. I don't really like it when they touch, but it doesn't really matter. As long as the helmets aren't too close together. There we go. We got over a little bit. Oh. So now, after we get all our models set up, so we're going to get 8 helmets. We're going to slice it. And this is going to basically separate this model into a bunch of different small layers. Each layer is going to be printed separate on the build plate. So we're going to slice it. And when you're done slicing, it'll tell you how much resin you're going to use. And if you enter in your software how much you spend on your liter of resin, it'll tell you how much it's going to cost. So it's going to take 3 hours and 17 minutes to print all 8 of these and $7.92 worth of resin. Then you can just click save. I'm not going to save because I already got this saved. I was using this as a demonstration. So let's go ahead and make another plate. Let's put some face masks on her. The face mask doesn't go with these helmets. And I think I'm gonna use this one here, Viper 2. This is a newer mask that you've seen probably throughout the league. So, in order to print this, you need to orientate your print. So I'm gonna scale it first to 85, which is my helmet scale. Then I'm gonna just move this over like this. Then I'm gonna click on. We're gonna go to light supports for face mask. If you do your supports too heavy, you'll never get your mask off your supports. There we go. I got that. Now, sometimes it'll give you good support. Sometimes you're gonna have to go and edit them. Almost every time you should go in here and look for the red spots, especially on these face masks. Right, there I got it. Then I'm gonna take it. I always like to look at it just to make sure I got these edges here supported. Because if it fails, this print fails, it's gonna fail here. So you're gonna make sure you got plenty of supports there, and we do. So this one here, I'll go back to my plate. I'm gonna rotate this one over. From here, I'm gonna fill it up. I can fit 10 on here. And I got 8, 10. Trying to even them out. Not to move them away. I don't want them all the way on the edge of the plate. Then we'll just hit slice again. It's going to slice it up and tell us how much basically it's going to cost. How long? 2 hours, 27 minutes, about $1 for all these. So basically, we're less than $1 on each of these helmets already. Just in, we're gonna. It's pretty cheap to print these helmets. Kind of less than $2 maybe, and paint them. So let's put the chin strap on. So here, see which one I want to use. So I'll scale it to 85. I'll rotate it over. And we'll put the supports, and we're going to put light supports again with a platform. And here, if this is going to fail, this is right where it's going to fail. And you see what this one is not going to work. So we're going to have to go in here and add some more supports. You don't want to add too many of these. Because if you do, you're never going to get it off your supports. It's going to run it. That's anywhere that I have red. I want to put supports. I'm trying to angle that so it doesn't come in contact with here. Make sure more than one on these ends here because it's not going to work if you don't. You might see a lot of people on Instagram, they have a lot of real cool 3D printed helmets. Some of these guys, they don't make them themselves. They just buy them from other people and then try to charge you $100 for a pocket probe. They don't cost $2, $3, $4 to make. So best way to do it is to do it yourself. Really not that hard. Here, put a little more. So we got these supported. I'm gonna go here and fill my plate up with these. If I wanted to, I could print all of this, or I could just add another type of face mask and print it on there. But the best way I do is I'll just print a bunch of these. And I can have the rest of each face mask with their own plate, and I'll just print a bunch of them and just put them away for whenever I need them. See how many we can get on here. We can get quite a few of these on here. I think we got some of I don't even need these on the end. I don't even want to worry about these. If I really want to, I could fit them in there, but just for the sake of the video, we're just going to put these in here, and we're going to give little spaces in between them. And one thing about when you print and your build plate goes down, it creates suction. If you have too much on your build plate, just that could cause some of your other prints to have problems and fail. So now we got these. This is the snap cam lock hard cup for the speed flex, and we're going to slice it. Uh-oh. It's seated the printing platform we're at. Oh, there it is. Gotta be careful. We'll slice it. Two hours, 50 minutes. See, and the way it works on resin printing is the height of your model. It don't matter how much you have on here. See, if you're doing FDM, each one has time. It's printing each one by itself. Here, they're all getting printed at the same time. So it takes 2 hours, 50 minutes. Print every last one of these at $1.12. So we're not even probably into $1 a helmet yet. Maybe a little more than $1. $1.20 or something like that. So I've already got these saved and printed, and I'll show you here in the next what we got. We get them off the printer. We'll get them off the printer and we'll clean them and cure them. So here I'll show you some of the files I got. So these are all my SpeedFlex files. I have quite a few. Then I also have other Shed XP back here. That's what Aaron Rodgers wears. What's with this other one? I have two of them. They're both the same. Yeah, same. One might have different padding. Because alright. Oh. So you can just click on delete it. But the cool thing about this model is I even got the chin strap for Aaron Rodgers when he puts his helmet off, takes it off, puts it on the side. You can do so much with this 3D printing. So eventually I'll make all 32 teams in XPs, Speedflex, Axiom. Like this is Axiom. Which seems to be the newest. This is the newest helmet out there today by Rodell. And it's really catching on in popularity. I remember when it first came out, there was only a few players wearing it now. I'd say about 40% of players probably wear this helmet. And I like starting to grow on me now. Then I even got old school helmets. Like here, got TK helmets. 1 bar, 2 bar masks. Pretty much anything in here. I got a lot of work to do to get up on the catch up Then we got the bikie helmet. Like this helmet was popular probably in the early mid 80s to the late 80s, early 90s. A lot of players in the USFL wore the bikie helmets. It was called the bikie air, and it had the little air system in there, bladders. Then there's it's got VSR4, which is popular in the 90s all the way to a few years ago, maybe about 5-6 years ago. Here, that's the VSR4, which is my all-time probably favorite helmet. So I've got a lot of work to do. I'm gonna do USFL set with these. I'm gonna do this, all the NFL. This will be older NFL, like 80s and 90s. See, I got Mass Cunningham. This is Barry Sanders, one of his masks he wore. That's his chin strap. Got all these old school masks I can put on there. I've even got a Max Pro. This is what players wore in the early 80s. See how much smaller this model is? I think I had this one at 180. Yeah, 185. This helmet here, like in the early 80s, this was a real popular helmet. It didn't really last very long. Terry Bradshaw switched to it. A lot of players in the early 80s had this helmet. So there's a lot of printing I'm gonna be doing on this channel, and I haven't really been making a lot of videos lately, but this year I'm going to. See, modeler mark on there. So yeah, that's basically covers. It's really not hard to get these on a printed, painted. And how I paint them is I usually paint them with the actual helmet paint. I know I've said that in many videos, but when we go over the whole process of me making all these helmets, you'll see the paint I use. Alright, so that's gonna be it for this part of the video. Next, we're gonna take it off the build plate. Alright, so we're gonna take the helmets off the build plate. So these are the 8 helmets that we did. I'm just gonna scrape them off. I need to get some paper towels. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put them in my bat and clean them. So this is nothing but 91% alcohol. Make sure you wear gloves or you'll get cancer and die. Alright, so here we go. Now I'm just gonna turn this on and let it run. Alright, now we're gonna pull each one out of the, and we're gonna take the supports off. When you leave it in there longer, see the supports, they're rigid when they come off your printer, but then they're not so rigid after you have them in there for about 4 or 5 minutes.
Oh, show the camera one without the support.
Huh?
Show it without the support.
So here is without the supports. See how easily they came off, didn't leave any marks. And this here is just discolored resin from me having 2 different resins in there. I'll bet, and letting it sit there. I really didn't stir it. You won't see that by the time we get it painted up. I'm just gonna take all the supports off. It is a pretty messy hobby here, as you see all the resin I've got on there. So you get 8 of these helmets out. Cost $7 to make these 8 helmets shells. So we're gonna clean them up. Then I'm gonna take them out and get the resin off. The excess resin, I'm gonna put it back and shake it up. Then I'm gonna clean off the paper towel. Then I'll put them on my turntable because I'm gonna cure them. if you don't get all the resin off, your helmet will be sticky, even after you cure it. And then, no matter what, that's never gonna stop being sticky. See how dirty that alcohol got just from these 8 helmets. That's probably the most expensive thing you're gonna do is keep buying alcohol for this. And it has a little smell to it, but I don't smell it anymore. Some people go from this to another resin, to another alcohol bath, but I don't do that. I don't really need to. I got that one. I'll do one more. The thing with these rubber gloves, they stay wet, so everything you touch. So I'll put this on. I'll set this for about 4.5 minutes and let it cure. Alright, so now these are ready. They're not sticky. You got all the resin off. Well, these are ready to go, and after I'm done with these, I'll put some more in, but before. So when we go to these, the only thing that's left to do is to sand them down, get them nice and smooth, even though they look smooth. I like them to be real smooth. And then from there, it seems like, yeah, we're gonna end up with something like this is Arkansas Razorback, Alabama. These, and this here is Eagles Kelly Green. So we'll go on our next video and we're gonna sand them and then we're gonna paint these. So tune into the next video for more.